Buddy, this is Chase Cologne with Merit Holdings here. In this video, I'm going to show you, and this is going to be unbelievably simple. I'm going to show you why a cash offer in one particular scenario is the best option for a homeowner. And I'm going to show you, my goal with this video is to really show you how we look at this and why the way we look at it is better for your wallet. Because a lot of investors will look at different situations the same way, while we kind of look at different situations differently. Now, I'm going to try to make this a short video, but anybody could do this, guys. Anybody is capable of plugging in numbers and making an offer on a home. The real skill that we've had to develop is in sharing our vantage point with you. How we look at the deal, how we look at the financing, and what we applying what we know about financing to these deals. So the first and most interesting thing is that this particular property was not financeable by a lender. So you see all these and this is going to be the first point of savings, and follow me here in my notes. The first point of savings for the homeowner, that is going to be right here under financing costs. Okay, boom. This is going to get deleted. This is going to get deleted. Now there are no financing costs. So that was like $6,500, I think, in financing costs that just disappear. So you'll notice that now this estimated net profit number goes up. And we pad this number because the worst thing that could possibly happen for an investor is that I'm off by 10% or more. So if I, excuse me, if I'm off by 10% or more here, I could be in big trouble. So the 240 after repair value, guys, is based on what the neighborhood allows the highest and best use of a single family home to be. And the simpler way of saying that is, what's the top price bracket that the neighborhood allows? What's the most amount of money the home buyers are willing to pay in this particular neighborhood, while not actually being, priced out of the market. In this case, it was 240. This says 180, the as-is value, which is actually not true. That it's not worth 180 because the bank wouldn't even finance it. So when a bank won't finance it, it's going to, and the reason they wouldn't finance it, guys, is not, there was somebody living in this house, but the plumbing was horribly corroded. There was some outdated electrical that wasn't up to code. And there, the seller did not have the money to fix those problems. So what happens in that particular case is you have to look at it in terms of cash, because conventional bank won't lend on it. And what we could have done is, actually look at a different payment structure negotiated with you, the homeowner, directly. But in this particular case, the homeowner needed a lump sum of cash. So that's the first way we looked at it. So you got a first point of savings here because there's no financing costs. So, and again, guys, these are the only things here. This and this are the only two things that change. Everything else stays the same. The holding costs, the buying costs, it's going to stay the same. Okay, these are not going to. Everything else isn't going to change. So. But this is. So look, this is a realtor fee. Now, if I'm I was not a realtor at the time. So if this right here is 6%, right, and I have to go, I got to charge or I have to pay a listing agent to sell a house for me, I don't have to pay 6%. It's going to be more like 2.5%. Oh, whoops, what happened? at 2.5%. So we already cut it down by like another $9,000 just by being real estate agents, because we do have to pay a realtor fee, but it's not 6%. Okay, we're not going to pay ourselves a commission, but we do have to pay. We have to entice another real estate agent to bring a buyer to the house. So we will give him 2.5% to bring his buyer to the house. So right here, that you could already see that this, is a $15,500 extra pad that I'm able to build in here. So what I can do now is I can go back into my purchase price, and I could add that $15,500 or whatever. And now you could see that I'm back down to what this was originally at, $54,000. And this was really the least amount of money that an investor was willing to make in this particular market. And that's a metric that's pretty important. If investors are only willing to make, if they're willing to make, $25,000 per project, that's a market that I'm going to avoid, because if God forbid something goes wrong and $10,000 in extra material costs, for example, are worked into that number, I'm in big trouble. I'm only making $15,000 over the course of 6 months while I'm holding this property. So, this particular project I felt comfortable with. I think this seller did have another offer before I came along, and I believe it was in the realm of $90,000 or so. We agreed on 115, and we closed on it in that amount. So this is very simple. In fact, the spreadsheet is almost a little unnecessary, but I hope that you can visually see which expense lines get cut down in what situation and why we chose to do the deal this way. So in the next video, I'm going to show you a very different scenario in which we used a payment structure to buy the property. But I hope this video was helpful to you in showing you how we get this number to be as high as possible for the seller. This number, actually. So $15,500 savings for the seller. It's real money that he made, and we were still able to keep our estimated net profit here within our realm of comfortability. So thank you guys for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video as well as the next one.